is being recorded. Please sign in if you have not done so. You stand join me.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Kenny, would you please read the minutes from the last meeting?
I'll do the budget hearing and then I'll do the regular. Board of Trustees of Harlan Township met in special session the second day of July 2025 at regular meeting place of 8276 State Route 132. Trustees Edward Brzezinski and Kevin Kern present. Budget hearing meeting called to order by Mr. Kern at 6:15. Ms. Williams read proposed 2026 budget. Mr. Brzezinski made a motion to adjourn, second by Mr. Kern. Meeting adjourned at 6:20. On to the regular meeting. Board of Trustees of Harlan Township met in regular session the second day of July 2025 at regular meeting place of 8276 State Route 132. Trustees Edward Brzezinski and Kevin Kern present. Meeting called to order by Mr. Kern at 7 p.m. Mr. Kern asked all present to stand and say Pledge of Allegiance. Minutes read from regular session June 18, 2025. Mr. Brzezinski made a motion to approve minutes as read, seconded by Mr. Kern. Sheriff Riley spoke with trustees about call types and reports that have occurred in the county. Sheriff Riley reported now have jail canine in the jail. Chief Pegram reported the tire issue on tanker 81. After full tire inventory for all vehicles completed, found 21 tires that are over 12 years old and need immediate replacement. After discussion, Mr. Kern made a motion to replace tires on tanker 81, tanker 82, tanker 84, and engine 81 by Magulet Tire Service not to exceed $9,000, seconded by Mr. Brzezinski. Chief Pegram updated trustees on staffing transition, provided trustees with information and requested they review it prior to the July 23, 2025 meeting. Mr. Mason discussed storm damage in township. Culverts on Lindley, Whitaker, Templin, and Osceola Road have been fixed. Mr. Mason met individually with trustees to view damage at the dead end of Rochester-Cazadale Road, have a plan to start repair work with stone and large concrete blocks and other concrete. Mr. Mason requested trustees to approve to start repairs not to exceed $15,000 at this time. Mr. Brzezinski made a motion to approve road repairs, seconded by Mr. Kern. Mr. Mason has been in contact with the EMA, Warren County Soil and Water, and Warren County Engineer's Office regarding the flooding issue at 8581 Waynes Way, waiting to hear back from Warren County Soil and Water. Mr. Mason met with ProSource regarding the copier contract that is up for renewal. After discussion, Mr. Brzezinski made a motion to renew contract that will include one printer at Firehouse and one printer at Butlerville for approximately $204 per month, seconded by Mr. Kern. Mr. Mason requested trustees review section 8.3.5 of the employee handbook regarding the overtime comp time for full-time employees to be discussed at a later time. We had no old business. New business, Ms. Williams discussed the 2026 budget read at the budget hearing. Mr. Kern made a motion to submit the 2026 budget as read, seconded by Mr. Brzezinski. Mr. Brzezinski working with two general contractors for Station 81 renovation to get estimated costs. Mr. Brzezinski plans to attend the next Warren County Township Association meeting that will be awarding a scholarship. Community comments, Tanya Suter asked if there were any charge to use the pavilions at Whitaker Park. There's no charge and they are first come, first served. Tanya Suter discussed conversation she had with Mr. Brzezinski at May 7, 2025 meeting. There was a question regarding use of tobacco products in the area of food that is being served. Tanya supplied information received from Warren County Health District about Uniform Food Safety Code from the Ohio Administrative Code to trustees states tobacco use should only be used in designated areas away from food. Melissa Grader X asked the status of the fire levy paperwork. First resolution has been passed. Copy of the resolution provided to trustees and plan to pass resolution at the July 23, 2025 meeting. Ms. Williams gave written financial report to trustees. Mr. Brzezinski made a motion to pay bills, seconded by Mr. Kern. We had no correspondence. Mr. Brzezinski made a motion to adjourn, seconded by Mr. Kern. Meeting adjourned at 7:39.
Do you have any corrections?
It's going to all be up to you and Ed.
Nope. Motion. Minutes is read.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
Second.
Okay, so I'm gonna pass it down, and Mark, if you'll sign the 18th, please.
Right.
And the other, you have to flip the page, sorry.
Peter, are you ready for your report?
Yes, sir. So to kick things off tonight,
I don't know, did you get both of those, Ed? There's two
One.
places you need to sign.
Okay.
Sorry.
yeah, no problem.
And give the Mark, so Mark can sign on June 18th, please. Keep passing.
All right, so I feel like a broken record talking about a broken ventilation system, but under building repairs, we still are having issues with the ventilation system that exhausts the carbon monoxide, et cetera, out of the building when the trucks are running. It's critically important we have that since we do have sleeping quarters in the building. Repairs were made and that the board previously approved, and essentially only 50% of the system is working. So that, if you're familiar with the apparatus bay, the front of the building is the original building, the back is an addition. The back addition is working. The fans, the sensors are working as appropriate, but the fans, louvers, and I think the biggest issue is the monitoring system that senses the CO and calls for fresh air and calls us for the fans to kick on. It's not working. So the contractor has requested an amount not to exceed $10,000 to complete repairs, and that is parts and labor included in that. So we do have funding in the fire station permanent improvement fund. So my recommendation would be the board approve up to $10,000 to complete the repairs to the fire station 81 vehicle exhaust system and to appropriate said funds from the permanent improvement fund 4301.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second that. I do have a question on that. Justin did let me know that all the sensors are bad.
Okay.
And have we paid him anything yet so
Yes.
far? Okay, we see he has to order quite a few. I think it's $2,some $100.
Yep.
For that.
Yes, I was waiting for your approval and then I'll reach out to him.
So I think on that, if we go, because I think on the permanent, that fund, it can only be old building. So that new addition we did, we might have to have him bill us.
I'll ask him.
Just to make sure we're covered, please.
Sorry about that.
No problem. Next item is just more informational, but we do need board action. We were awarded a EMS grant from Ohio Department of Public Safety Division of EMS. Pretty typical that most departments receive this annually, and it can be used for EMS training or EMS equipment. So the action tonight would be a motion to accept the Ohio EMS grant in the amount of $4,473.53 for EMS training and equipment.
Make the motion to accept the Ohio EMS grant for $4,473.53 for EMS training equipment.
All right. Next item, again, we've talked about multiple times, is the fire and EMS levy. Critically important for the future of our fire and EMS department, especially on the EMS side, as we continue to have trouble to staff and provide ambulance service to the community. The Board of Trustees passed a resolution of necessity on June 18th of 2025. Forwarded said resolution to the Warren County Auditor. The auditor certified the millage. And on July 2nd, 2025, the prosecutor's office subsequently provided the township with the attached resolution to proceed with levying a tax in the amount of 3.5 mils for budget years 2026 through 2030. So it's a 5-year levy, same as the one that did not pass in May. So the motion tonight would be a motion to approve resolution, and I'll have the fiscal officer let me know what resolution number she wants.
072325-1.
And a resolution declaring it necessary to levy an additional tax in excess of the 10 mil limitation and to proceed with the submission of the question of the tax to the electors.
Make a motion, we approve resolution 072325-1.
Second.
Roll call, Mr. Kern,
Yes.
Mr. Brzezinski,
Yes.
Mr. Shelton.
Yes.
Next is a list of not resolutions, but motions that I'm requesting, as we discussed at the prior two meetings, continuing to have the issue with the ability to staff units and respond to calls. You know, we can use today as an example. We had 3 ambulance calls in the township today. All 3 were handled by mutual aid departments. So I previously had come to the board, talked about the need to start hiring some part-time staff due to our inability to handle calls. In June, the board approved a motion to proceed with the planning for a part-time staffing model using our unencumbered funds. So typically unencumbered funds are used for capital projects or emergencies. And as I expressed to the board before, I think the inability to respond to calls is an emergency and an appropriate use of those funds. Tonight, I have a series of motions needed to proceed with the plan. When approved, we'll start staffing the firehouse 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with 2 EMTs minimum. And this will start tentatively on Saturday, August 2nd, 2025. However, the program is not sustainable without levy funds. We can only sustain the staffing of the ambulance for approximately 12 months. And keep in mind, if we do that for 12 months without a levy, we will use up all of our reserve funds. So we're taking a risk with doing this, but I still feel it's the right thing to do for the community and the residents of Harlan Township. So if there's no other questions, I'll run through the motions we need. First one is a motion to transition Harlan Township Fire and Rescue from an all-volunteer to a volunteer paid per call and part-time staffing model.
Make that motion.
Second.
Next is a motion to approve the job descriptions as presented for the Harlan Township Fire Rescue personnel. I gave those to you at last meeting.
Make a motion to approve the job descriptions as presented for the Harlan Township Fire and Rescue Department.
Second.
Next is a motion to approve the attached pay scale for paid per call part-time staffing with the Fire Rescue Department. Additionally, I gave it to you last meeting.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Next one is a motion to appropriate $225,000 in Fire Rescue Ambulance and EMS Fund 2281 for the payment of part-time pay for fire and EMS personnel as outlined by the fiscal officer. I believe she wants to specifically.
I need to go within we're going within the fund, but I'm changing appropriations.
Okay.
So I'm going to change the salary appropriation to $410,000 even. And that goes up from the 200 that we originally did. And then I'm going to change the Social Security, and I'll have this all in the minutes, so you guys don't have to, unless you want to write it all down. The Social Security is going to be increased to $10,360, and that is up from $2,860. And then Medicare, I am taking up to $9,500, which is up from $2,000. And then I'm reducing the machinery, equipment, and furniture from $390,438.45 that we originally appropriated, and I'm just deducting that $225, so it goes down to $165,438.45.
That's the motion.
I'll make the motion.
It'll be in the minutes.
Second.
Wait, I have the numbers again.
Next is we don't currently have a payroll system as we go from 1 or 2 part-time people in the fire department to potentially 25 to 30. I think it's important that we introduce a true payroll system, make it easier for Steve and I, as well as the fiscal officer. So the next item is a motion to approve contract with Paycor for the processing of bi-weekly payroll for Harlan Township Fire Rescue. And the goal is, as I think I expressed to the board via email, to eventually transition the road department and even yourselves to this too. So it'll be electronic. Employees can do it on an app on their phone or on a computer at the fire station, do their own time sheets. It comes to Steve or I as the supervisor, we approve it. Payroll goes to the fiscal officer, she approves it, and it's automatic direct deposit.
What is it? Is it a monthly cost or a yearly?
It is a per employee cost per month.
Okay.
But you only, so if you have an employee who, let's say, doesn't work in July, you don't pay anything for that employee. You only pay if they get paid during the month. The quote we got for a year is about $6,000, I believe. It was just under $5,500. But that was assuming 40 employees in 12 months. We're probably going to be 50% of that starting out, maybe even a little bit less. So we're probably looking in the $2,000 to $3,000 range for the whole year for payroll.
I'll make a motion to approve the contract with pay for processing of Harlan Township facilities, starting with the fire and rescue employees.
Second.
Next item is motion to approve the employee handbook for all fire and rescue employees of Harlan Township Fire and Rescue, eliminating the previous bylaws and policies. We do have a township employee handbook. Essentially what I did is converted the township employee handbook, made it specific for part-time fire and rescue employees. There's a lot of things that our fire rescue employees don't do or they don't get. For example, holiday pay and overtime and how full-time employees get paid up time off and benefits. And so we just customized the existing manual to make it specific to fire and rescue part-time employees. And again, you guys had that to you last month.
Make the motion to approve the employee handbook for all fire and rescue employees of Harlan Township Fire and Rescue, eliminating previous bylaws and policies.
And then the last item is motion to approve the standard operating procedures or SOPs for Harlan Township Fire and Rescue and authorizing the fire chief to make additions and subtractions to said SOPs as needed for operational efficiency. Real quick, difference between the policy manual and SOPs. Policy manual, the board approves, and those are the rules and regulations for your employees, everything from social media policy to payroll policy to time off, pay, compensation, all those things. An SOP manual is 226 pages of what we do on fire and EMS calls. So it's very specific to how we respond to a gas leak, how we respond to a structure fire, how we respond to a medical emergency. So historically, everywhere I've worked, fire chief has had the discretion to make adjustments as needed to SOPs, but when we change employee policy, we bring it back to it. But the initial policy book that I did provide you, I wanted to get approved.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
I think that's it. Thank you, board.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Mason, your director report.
Sure. So, update on storm damage repairs. Rochester, Zaddale, still kind of continuing. Made quite a bit of progress over the last couple of weeks. You had approved $15,000 as a maximum. So far, we're right around the $5,000 mark. Larry and the crew are confident that we're going to be, hopefully well into the $15,000 that we had initially approved. So, if you get a chance to swing down there, take a look at it. It's coming along pretty well. Any comments or questions on that?
I think that looks really good.
They're doing a good job.
It's a little work to go, but they spent the best part of the last 2 weeks pretty much 100% working on that. So, follow up with Soil and Water on the Wayne's Way situation. I met with them via Zoom a couple Thursdays ago. Soil and Water, as well as Warren County Engineer's Office, kind of all agreed there really wasn't much else we could do for them that's in the public right of way. I pulled up some historical aerials of that area prior to Wayne's Way being built. The residents in question is the third house back on the right. In that 1985 drainage map, the drainage ditch for the neighboring farm goes right across that lot and makes a nice turn down into that pond. So when they built that house, they built right over top of the existing drainage for that area. So there's 20, 30 acres that used to run right through her lot and now come in the back of her property. So all that's going to be private property. And Warren County Soil and Water is going to reach out to her directly and make her aware of our inability to do much else to help her out. Comments, questions there?
There's nothing that Soil and Water could do.
No. Nope. The propane contract with Eric's Propane expires here at the end of August. They've reached out, sent out another contract for $1.79 per gallon. That is the same price that we paid on the previous contract. It is a 1-year contract, and I would recommend we continue with them.
No, is that cheap?
I think it's pretty competitive, yeah. They were $1 cheaper. When we first started with them, they were almost a full $1 cheaper. than Suburban Propane.
Right.
They were cheap enough that Suburban hung up the phone on me when I talked to them.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve that 1-year contract with Eric's Propane at $1.79 per gallon.
Second.
I sent out to you via email the proposed changes to the employee handbook, and that's section 8.3.5. This change, I highlighted it in that document. It would allow an employee to take any of the earned days off, sick, comp, or vacation days, and still get overtime credit either earlier in that pay period or that week or after if they're asked to work regular hours outside of that. Any questions?
No.
If some of the issues that, policies kind of conflicted with the old ones versus the handbook. So I just feel like if an employee takes a Monday vacation and they have to come plow snow Saturday, they should get overtime for coming to plow snow on Saturday, not be on straight time. So if there's no questions, got a motion for that.
Motion to approve the change to section 8.3.5, the employee handbook.
Second.
Next thing, Hembry Construction came out last week and looked at our township section of Mara Rossburg Road, just across 28. The road crew had done a base repair and used our hot box to repave and reseal it. It's such a large area, they weren't able to get the road completely smooth. The cars whip through there pretty quick. If you're going 35 or 40, you kind of got to hang on a little bit. So Larry wanted to reach out to them to get a bid. I handed out that bid tonight. That bid was for $91.41.30, and it's about a 70 or 80 by the width of the road section there, where they will mill and smooth that part out. So I know a couple of you guys went and looked at it. Any thoughts? Or
It's rough.
It's rough.
it's pretty rough.
You guys have any thoughts on that?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, he's
always
Yeah,
pretty
it is.
competitive.
Yeah.
On everything, really. So we're under budget on Rochester. Is that a deal?
So far.
So far.
Unless they do go and find something they don't think is there. So I'm not gonna go on the record as saying more than likely. How about that?
currently.
We're currently under budget and don't plan to go over budget.
Well, it needs to be fixed. I mean, somebody wearing dentures, they lose them when they go across the.
Make motion to approve the bid for Hembray Construction for $91.41.30.
I'll second.
The last thing I have real quick, and then have on the list, is the last minute addition. The 5100N, which was the tractor we bush hog with, is still at Ag Pro Wilmington. The PTO shaft broke off the back right at the housing. That PTO shaft is on national back order from Deere. They looked, they might have one tomorrow. They had one and then they didn't have one. So a dealer had it somewhere and another dealer called first and they sent it to the other dealer. So they didn't speak for it quick enough. He's going to let me know by noon tomorrow if they have the one that they've spoken for currently. If they don't, he has no answer on when they might be able to fix that track.
You said that was a 5100.
It's a 5100, yeah.
Thank you, sorry.
Yeah, so just an update there, nothing we're going to do about it besides hope they can find the PTO shaft to put back in there. They're also going to do some additional repairs. The PTO brake is worn, so they're going to replace the PTO brake while they're in there. Did not have an estimate for me, but we're going to put that under the has to be fixed category.
Did we put an amount on that when we sent it out?
We did not. We didn't know what exactly they were going to find when they got in there. It's kind of, the PTO brake was additional, and then the draft arm, I think doesn't matter, right or left draft arm for the 3-point was pretty bent up as well. So they're going to replace that. It was not usable. So they were going to replace that draft arm on the 3-point as well while it's there.
Meanwhile, the roads are growing.
They're growing pretty good. Yeah. So we will know. I'll know more by the next meeting. He's let me know tomorrow. If that doesn't work, then we can
went from there. And that's all I got.
Thanks, sir. Go business.
Sure. Kind of stole my thunder. We were talking about our Rochester because that dealt with road repairs. I've gone over there several times. I'm pretty impressed. So, looks great. July 9th, Regional Planning Commission. Attended that. Really about it for old business.
Workers,
The cemetery, we had talked about sending that out the bid, but we needed the numbers first. And it looks like it's gonna be approximately 350 feet, 20 feet wide, 224-inch by 20-foot culverts. And then what the county recommended was a geogrid down there on the East Valley and 304. So I mean, we've got all the numbers and stuff, and then ought to put it out to bid if you guys are ready to do that. We've also got Richard's layout. Just give it to Steve and he can put it out. How long we want to put it out for bid? Because the next meeting is, or no, we don't have one next week, do we?
No, not till August 6th. 2 weeks.
First week of August.
We did our 3-week in between the last meeting instead.
If we put out the bid, we do it at least for a month. Takes a while to get somebody back.
They usually do 2 weeks, but we'll do them.
I
Might get more bids.
Get that decided, maybe.
You guys ready to put it out for bid? I'll just give all the numbers to Steve. He can put it together.
Look at that.
Sure.
Yeah, now we can, our last meeting in August, we did.
So that won't be a month. What is our last meeting? Oh, it's
20th.
20th. We'll open the bids. It's bid to close at 7 p.m. on the 20th of August. I think that's all I have.
You have any old Jenny?
No.
New business? Yeah.
Next week we have Monday, July 28th. We have our second winner of our Township Association Scholarship at 7 p.m. at Washington Township. Did you go to the last one? Sure. Okay, I was going to say this is the second winner. I need to talk to Steve. Brandon Barnett, I believe he's on the Bold Coat. But he has a ditch line profile problem. And his neighbors have gotten together with him and he's like to see if there's what we can do, at least get our input. So I'll get with you on that. Is it these people? And Regional Planning Commission meeting is tomorrow. Zoning questions. I have Justin Marshall that sent me an email.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I should address that. All it is we're going by our county's zoning regulations. But I thought it would be nice. I mean, I'd like to meet with him and just kind of.
I think you reached out. What was his question about?
He wants to build a shed and he wants to do some storage for a mower. And, you know, I think I could probably just quickly go over it with him and tell him off the top of my head and give him the right instructions. But, you know, probably the right thing to do would be send him to the zoning department. But it might make it a lot more trips for him and a little more challenging.
What was his last name again, Justin?
Justin Marshall.
I emailed him back and told him, yes, he was in the Ward County zoning.
Should I follow up with him and try to check in?
Yeah.
Might save him a trip and give him a lot more information.
He'll know what he's looking at when he goes over there too.
Yeah. That's all I have.
All right, man.
Mr. Williams,
No.
need any comments?
Mine Lincoln just wants to know, as far as vendor agreements, if we can still use the one we used last year, or if there have been any updates.
It's the same one.
That's
Thanks.
It's the John Deere and ER now, Tim.
Just a couple event reminders. We do have the farmer's market here on Thursdays from 1 to 5. If you're interested in a vendor, contact Richard. Fried Acres has their Christmas in July this Saturday from 9 to 4. If we could just make sure LMG cars are moved, we would appreciate that. And then 9 Lincoln is having their Jeep meet up at the firehouse from 10 to 2 this Saturday as well.
Thank you. Anybody else?
The tires been replaced on the equipment yet, or is it in the process?
You over there?
No, so they,
Oh.
Jeff,
I know several of them have been done. I don't know if he's finished all of them.
yeah, I know, I talked to Jeff. Maglite was working on collecting enough of the same tires, so they didn't have enough in stock because it's like 20-ish tires. They were waiting to get them all together to come down and try to make one trip and put them all at the same time.
Okay, just curious.
We did have a fourth tire blowout though.
Really?
We did. Correcting the problem as we speak.
Anybody else? Community comments? Right. This time we make a motion, go into executive session for Ohio Revised Code 121.22 E1. Motion to motion compensation of a public employee.
Second.
Right. So much, right? Roll call, Mr. Brzezinski.
Yes.
Mr. Kerner.
Yes.
Mr. Show.
Yes.
I'll have the audio turned off.
All right, we're good.
All right, this time we'll adjourn executive session, return to regular session.
Second.
Second.
Roll call, Mr. Brzezinski,
Yes.
Mr. Kern.
Yes.
Mr. Shelton.
Yes.
All right, no action to be taken at this time. I get a motion to return to executive session for 121.2.
Wait a minute, wait. 121.
0.22 G3 of the ORC for conference with attorney for public body concerning disputes involving public body that are subject of pending court action. And also, I'd like to include ORC G1 under 121.22 for promotion, motion, employment compensation of a public employee.
You're gonna have to give that to me.
Second.
Could you read my writing?
I'll read your writing, trust me, because I can't write that quick. Roll call, Mr. Brzezinski.
Yes.
Mr. Kern.
Yes.
Mr. Shelton.
We can throw this in.
Back off.
All right. Adjourn executive session at this time. Go back into regular session. No action will be taken.
No action, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Second.
Roll call, Mr. Brzezinski.
Yes.
Mr. Kern.
Yes.
Mr. Shelton.
Yes.
I have a motion to pay the bills.
I'd like to make a motion to pay the bill.
Second.
Correspondence, Jenny?
Yes, we actually have one.
Health Department.
Everything lunch over with. My son, it's hard not to go too far because you get what I mean, people in front row. It is a little wider. But start to go big, it goes down too.
I have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.